fans. This is the Tree 54 podcast, and this week we are doing an AEW Dynamite and Dark review, and we are coming up with this Thursday morning as usual to hear our review. Here's the start of the show. Here's the start of the Dark lineup. First of all, we got Baron Black versus Sonny Kiss, Cage versus Limelight, Garcia versus Rose, 10 versus Solo. Sorry. Peter Avalon versus Louis Vale, Gun Club versus Sean D, Sean Maluda and Ryzen, Velvet versus Danny Jordan, Hell Cole, Mike Magnum versus Jurassic Express, Hugo Del Sol versus Baron Cutler, Moore versus Evil Lee, Swole versus Snow, Shroom versus Shroom versus and VSK versus TH2, Diamet versus Tessa Price, Priya States versus Shayna, John Cruz, Nakazawa versus The Acclaim, Coco Bennett and Reynolds versus Varsity Blondes. And I'm going to tell you this. Dark is a show full of decent showcase matches. The main event is a watch. This is the first big win for Pillman and Garrison set up their Dynamite feature bout. As for the recommendations of the rest, Limelight frustrates Cage at Instant Matter. Red Velvet continues to expand her offensive arsenal against Jordan. Shayna had work cut out for her against an old school giant in Priya. Cutler of Hugo Del Sol was flashing for a couple of skinny dudes. Now let's get to the show. The Excalibur team with Taz are called to action. Anthony Ugogo dropped by to join the commentary. Justin Roberts was the ring announcer. Sonny Kiss versus Baron Black. Janela was ringside. Kiss dodged early attacks with stylish flexibility. Kiss found groove win with a rolling elbow strike that a flying split leg drop. Brian Cage defeated Limelight. The rascally Limelight uses quickness early for a tornado dive over the ropes to frustrate Cage. The machine tenderized the opponent a little bit before Limelight sprang up for a springboard destroyer. Cage shifted to a higher gear after with a powerbomb, buckle bomb, and a drill claw for the win. Nyla Rose defeated Alex Garcia. A quick night of work for the Native Beast. Oklahoma Stampede, a beast bomb to finish it. Afterward, Vicky Guerrero grabbed the mic to assault Brandy Rose. Vicky is the true representation of a businesswoman. She did the favor to educate. She boasted off that her business plan is destined for failure. Now we go to the waiting room. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, Rosie, Kenny Omega, Tony Schiavone, and Thunder Rosa. She even claimed that Sting was booked to be a featured guest. Dustin Rhodes was guest on this evening, wasn't no move from Dr. Baker's jokes. He promoted the new action figures and match against 10 on Dynamite. Barco stunt closed it with a jit music song on the guitar as Dr. Baker and Reba danced like goobers. 10 defeated Aaron Solo. 5 was ringside. 10 handled with business with a wheelbarrow suplex and a ripcord clothesline to the back of the head. Peter Avalon defeated Louis Vale. Avalon had a pretty comeback for a Samoan drop and a double knee driver for his third win in a row. He grabbed the mic to introduce Pretty Peter's Pageant Provocation Open Challenge. Competitors can't have bad skin, can't be overweight, must understand the science of beauty. Gun Club defeated Sean Dean, Sean Maluda, and Ryzen. The Gun family entered using the Taz taxi. This was all fun and games, but serious when it mattered. The match broke into chaos with moves aplenty. Ryzen missed the moonsault, so Billy bounced her famous asser to win. Red Velvet defeated Jenny Jordan. Velvet was in trouble after a DDT through the ropes. She sprang back to life and exposed the close signs, kicks, a bulldog stand moonsault, Northern-like suplex, and double knee strike and a single leg drop kick. Jurassic Express defeated Falcone and Mike Madden. Luchasaurus and Marco Stunt represented Jurassic Express, while Jungle Boy was present ringside. The Dino Crew closed it out with a chokeslam, a knee strike from Luchasaurus, and a knee strike to the back of the head by Stunt. Rodney Cutler versus Fuga Del Sol back for action. Cutler picked up his sixth consecutive victory by counter-swinging DDT into a TPK. Evilly faces Skylar Moore. Les Hysteria fought through more power attack to counter fireman carry position to a modified octopus stretch. Submission win. So, Big Swole defeated Lindsay Snow. Strong woman clash that forced Swole to put out some strategy. She rolled through for a complex pin to win. Afterwards, Swole's left the extra lippy in her story. She aimed through a fake eyelash to Snow. THU defeated Softer, June, and VSK. Jack Evans and Jericho attacked prior to open bell. Evans hit an assisted 450 splash, but he pulled his partner up coverage where he could mock the Young Bucks with a signature pose, and Jericho ended the match with a narrow death row submission. Diamond defeated Tessa Price. Diamond attacked a high kick to explode with a German suplex. Price checked out the feisty fighter to hold Dynamite Blitzer with a code red. Alex Marvez interviewed THQ. Jack Evans and Angelico retired. The Young Bucks holding him down. After they beat the Bucks on Dynamite, they were coming for the tag titles. Marvez touched Angelico Curtis request the South African dance out of the screen. Shayna defeated Rhea States. Shayna took the tall woman down with drop kicks and a knee, a whirling DDT, and an impressive bridging tiger suplex, earning the 3 count. The Acclaimed versus John Cruz and Nakazawa. Master Caster playing the most diss rhymes. Nakazawa hit his Turkish battle oil and got the turkable pad. He used its soiled and mat as a distraction for a spear and Orion senton. The Acclaimed overcame Naka, ignoring this to trap him in his own smelly underwear. They seized the success with a suplex and flying elbow combination. The Varsity Blondes versus Colt Cabana and Alex Reynolds. Cabana wrestled slightly darker by bending the rules to his advantage. Dark Order had Garrison down with a teamwork ripcord blow, but Garrison was able to kick out the pin. Pimble came flying to smash the Cabana. The Blondes took out Reynolds with an assisted blockbuster for the upset win. This episode of Dark did a nice job to showcase the talent for Dynamite. Kevin was impressive, and his victory makes him seem like a threat for Dustin Rhodes. The promo from Rhodes did well to sell his motivation taking out the Dark Order. TH2 took care of business to build momentum for their battle against the Young Bucks. The Varsity Blondes burst on the scene when they unexpected victory to make it seem like the match against NTR will have some substance that was pretty lacking. My top 3 moves in particular order were the Destroyer for Danny Limelight to Barricade, a Titan suplex for Shayna to Freya, and the way Evil is set for opportunist push stretch. I joined the mix of finishes throughout the show, especially for Big Swole and Evil. Both women used strategy to overcome powerful opponents. To stand out, the newcomers for Freya States, first ceremony of an old school giant. They play well to see Shayna chop her down to size. Well, that was my thoughts on AEW Dark. So later on, I will do a Dynamite review. Stay tuned. Here's a little commercial. We are back from this Thursday, and let's recap. All right, for AEW Dynamite. Well, last week, Winter is Coming feature was not just beginning one of the most ambitious angles in wrestling history, but the launch of an AEW Impact Wrestling crossover that may end up involving AAA, New Japan, DDT, FMW, and a number of companies by the time it's finished. Ending on Don Callis' now famous See You Tuesday, an invitation from the world. Follow him and Kenny Omega 600 miles north to Nashville, Tennessee, to a different television network, a different wrestling promotion, to a entirely different world. I can see the prospect of this crossover exciting. While AEW launched with notion they will work with other promotions, the partners that announced at the time were not American ones. So why would it be? The way AEW exists as a frame is a competition for WWE, but as an American wrestling company on American television, it's a competition with Impact, Ring of Honor, and MLW. This ain't nothing where New Japan America would be without pandemic. AEW immediately leapfrog all the competition except Raw and SmackDown, but it's still competition. What do American companies work with? Competition, right? Here's the thing about the crossover so far. There's not a lot to get excited about. Yes, Kenny Omega
Cody Khan and Tosha were on Impact Wrestling this week, and the company put its best foot forward, knowing it would attract a massive crowd. But Omega's Impact appearance was a promo on a bus outside the arena, so distant from the rest of the show that Impact World Champion Rich Swann couldn't get past single security guard posted at the door. So far as this Grim Crumb Trail, a promise with his foot is applied so devious so long and making it will shock people more than the end of the Moxley Omega match. Just you wait and see. That's the subject for the Dynamite's Omega Callis promo. Like all shows after the big shows, this week Dynamite felt like a moment for AEW to pause and take a breath. Yes, Sting, Shaq, Omega, and Inner Circle were in attendance, but this child box of a show was extremely light on consensual action. Where do we get? Let's find out. AEW World Tag Champions, the Young Bucks defeat TH2. Look, I know there were no way TH2 would leave Jacksonville with the straps, but after giving this match a decent enough runaway, I expect something more than what we got, which was extended squash. The defense Jack Evans and Angelico gotten was gorgeous, but they were cut off at just every turn. The Young Bucks, the best tag team in the world. This is the mode I have seen the Young Bucks in for a while, but now I understand why people liked it. I know the Bucks are very good. I get the function of establishing this in AEW, where I've occasionally been upset by the lesser teams, but that doesn't mean that I won't occasionally come from far away from the aerial display slightly bored. The last their match was a drag, as Matt hurt his previous injured knee, missing more bang for Young Buck, allowing Angelica to put him in a reverse figure for a leg lock, which had been established in the build to this match as a killer hold. Jack Evans was guarding against Nick in the ring. Angelica pulled Matt away from the ropes, and then Nick faked Jack out. Nick on the apron saw his brother with his busted knee, ready in pain. Instead of just diving in to break up the submission, he goes to the top to hit a swanton bomb. That's my least favorite kind of desperation spot in wrestling. It was followed up by even more moves where Matt either landed on or had to use his knee, so it gets back to dark for my sweet Prince of Hybrid style. Alright, for promo, well, MJF did like least favorite kind of MJF promo, which he called fans who like Orange Cassidy's smart marks. He said he was going to hurt him and keep his ring. In the pre-name segment, a psychiatrist showed Darby Allin a bunch of watercolor paintings that work vaguely like members of Team Taz. He said that Brian Cage is the number one contender for his title, and he has to deal with people like him for his whole life. The last painting was Sting's face paint. Darby laughed at it. Alright, here to stay Sting. Tony Schiavone was joined in the ring by Cody Rhodes. Tony asked for Cody's reaction to Sting's debut before he could give it. Sting hit the ring, followed our answers cute. Tony tried to leave, but Sting wouldn't let him. He said it's been 18 years and he wanted a hug. I cried, friends. I legitimately cried when these two Asian men embraced. Sting asked Tony for it's Sting. Tony replied and Sting lens. This is awesome, chant, when he should have left the moment hanging. Cody upset about being a side piece of the segment. Welcome Sting back. He's always wanted to share a ring with him. Sting said he's not here for Cody, at least not right now. He said there is some filming about AEW and points out that cheap seats where the TNT champion Darby Allin was still in. Yes, y'all. Sting is also where Darby Allin, like him, something of a sad raptor clown. Darby Allin leaned forward. Sting said this is clear interesting. Sting said that he with AEW for the long haul. Hug Cody way you hug someone you deliver bad news to extend on you. See you around, kid. The whole thing ruled. It was one of the best Sting promos I ever seen. It was completely comfortable in his role as a legend in this industry. Has been allowed to treat this as a homecoming as opposed to WWE treating him like a stranger in a strange land. He's a 60-year-old old man consenting to a wrestler who dresses like a steampunk banker. This is a suspicious angle I mentioned above. As Sting, an old man who left WWE with a serious neck injury, it seems like he's planning on working a more robust schedule than one did for WWE. They already done a pretty good job interrogating into the landscape of AEW and making it clear they want to wrestle Darby Allin, Sonati as a real star of the company. Even he's doing art films glorying at the ring for distance most wings. I cannot wait for the match, one of the biggest mismatches in recent memory. Promo from Taz. Taz also can't wait for the match in a sarcastic way. His son's with Team Taz now, which I mean, I hope so. That's your son? Would it be on Team My Dad? But his bitterness about lacking the special moment is delicious. FTR versus Varsity Blonde. I know it's not true, but I felt like Veracity Blonde got more offense against FTR than TH Judy against the Young Bucks. Some alright wrestling here, but this wasn't mean of establishing FTR as a main player in the tag team division. Here's a really small day of love. At one point, when the Blondes were tagging out, Cash really kept trying ways to get out of a wrong ring that he trapped in before settling for elevating much pressure at a clip. FTR whole deals, they're smart wrestlers, but I feel like most of the time they get lost in the number of old tag team finishers they utilize at near spots. I was glad I had something else to pick up on because tag ropes and 5 counts won't do it for me. Promo time. Alex Marquez was at the bar with Adam Page, who was drinking, had hair on mussed up, so I guess Wednesday was not a good day. Next week, we got a six-man match against Matt Hardy and the Private Party, with no partners. Q, Reynolds, and Silver emerging from the behind the bar, having hidden for 7 hours, wearing cowboy hats. Howdy, we're sheriff's tag team partners, and say essentially Hangman in his desperation, Cage in his desperation allowed him to tag with him just once. No dark horse stuff. Yeehaw. All right, Dustin Rhodes versus 10. Speaking of Dark Horse stuff, the best number of Dark Rhodes family had a dynamic match. It was against 10. 10 is younger and more powerful than Dustin. He got a little offense at the start, but Dark Order member got distracted outside. Quickly ate a bulldog for the 3. This one is the point of the match. So as Evil Uno came out nearly after, said he wanted to make up for the fact that Dustin is the third most important member of the Rhodes in the company by offering to spot Dark Order, especially in the 7th spot. That is specifically the number to Dustin at 7 was a Bass Post Gold Dust gimmick that WCW tried out. Kind of pedophile Uncle Fester that was abandoned as soon as he debuted in a promo. Dustin clawed off his hand, Dark Star Order art style, and then slapped Uno. Uno wore it off, and the Order said eventually Dustin will beg to take his place with them. Let's go to here. This is Shaq. In a pre-teamed segment, Toshiba has sat down with Brandy Rose, Shaquille O'Neal. Immediately things were tense. Tony announced Brandy as CBO while including Shaq's many clades. I'm not sure why Brandy's mad like that. Like, she's a successful woman. But what is Tony supposed to say? Runner-up in AEW Women's Tag Team Champion or NXT ring announcer, Star Wags Atlanta. I get that she's mad because Jay broke her arm, but I couldn't help it. Wonder if I missed another heel turn on her part somewhere because hostile towards announcers come what heels do. Shaq, for his part, said that he and Jay go back a while, but he didn't appreciate what Jay did to Brandy's arm. Brandy also doesn't appreciate it. Tony approached the question, where can a Sullivan on Dynamite? Which Shaq would love to see. That's one of us. He loves the Rhodes family. And he doesn't respect by anything he said on Twitter. He suggests that while Brandy injured, he should watch Jade. We wrestled several times for some pointers. According to Cageman, Brandy wrestled 60 times, so it makes sense she was a little pissed at that. Tony had thrown a glass of water on him, but he wasn't sipping, so Randy threw it in Shaq's water face and stomped off. This is an angle, y'all. This is Inner Circle's H.A.M. Would the stable just release a bunch of new merch breakup? That's not really a question this segment has. Jericho has on everybody to squash the beef. NJ started by saying he loved everybody in the group like a brother. Admitting he might be the issue, but Inner Circle is great. He wanted to be tight with them. He tried to blame Sam for the child incident, but everyone was like, dude, we had cable. We watched the show. So Max claimed he has sweat on his brow instead. Ortiz said Max and Warlow are great talent. Warlow in particular a great dude. Max is growing on him like a fungus. He's the one trying to break the broker peace, demanding Sammy shake his hand. He's better than Max anyhow. This should let Santana or Ortiz talk more because they're good at it. Santana said he shake NJ's hand, but one more thing that he doesn't like happens. He's out. NJF, Jericho agreed, MJF, and Shammy shook. Figured out it was, but Jake Hager wanted to know why Wardlow so staring at him. Funny it was, same question to him. They agreed not to stare at each other, but kept side eyeing from the opposite end of the group. The upshot is when Jericho's here's to the future. MJF burst to talk about his future where he beat the hell out of Orange Cassidy to avenge Jericho and keep his ring. When Jericho replied, "You're running it. You're ruining it." All of them put their middle finger beef temporary squash. This was a good segment in the sense that it continued the storyline. This is something nice and simple to interrogate Max into the group, making Jericho look like a fool. There's another promo. FTR or with Alex Marvez, castrating himself, blaming himself for the loss, but Tully said he shared the blame by not being there. They made some weird metaphor about how the AT forward Bronco driven by Mario Andretti, but that would never happen. So okay, boys. Okay, A Kicks to the Butcher Blade versus Archer, Rayface, and Penta. Penta was injured before Dynamite was taken out of the match quickly by suplex through a table, was left something of a disappointment. A few spots of communication here and there, nothing below excitement. And Jake Roberts was instantly there on hand camera. Where's after I see the manager wearing? I probably expressed it before, but it's not like an Archer Roberts pairing to stick my teeth into. It's a real 50-50. I don't think Jake quite gets how to manage. I don't think Archer quite how to be managed. Both are really specific skill sets are thought of because there are a lot of times managers that just throw in non-interest wrestlers to spice them up or because a wrestler manager combo is okay enough doesn't matter. But Jake Roberts is one of my favorite promos all the time. He's someone who influenced my art of wrestling. I get nothing from him in his role in AEW. Something else that match I struggled was the decision to put Archer with Lucha Bros. With the date, Archer had been in a tag team at AEW, and Lucha Bros were leaving one faction to establish another. Pac can be or not be on Dynamite Leisure, and a random episode of Dynamite was the right time for Death Triangle versus the family. So it's drastically out of character for Archer that everybody suffered as a result. That felt like a six-man tag on a New Japan Road show that kindly had to be freely dedicated to one of the participants to watch. I kinda am, and I'm still let down. All right. We got a pre-tape of Jade and Nyla Rose being at Red Velvet backstage. Some bases broke it up. We got another match, Bandit versus Tessa Price. This was a squash match. Oh, this time the woman who did the squash was a Skubuki Biohazard. A Bandit key attack after the match, only be stopped by Hikaru Shida. Hit her straight in the damn face with a candlestick. And Bandit Undertaker out of it, further spooking Shida, who now have been more really spooked. Nobody in AEW has been more spooked than Hikaru Shida. Alright, now we go to Distance Kenny Omega. Kenny and Callis touched down in the parking lot in a helicopter. Marvez tried to get an interview with him. Some reason Kenny's like, helicopter, right? I mean, so far, helicopters on my million sports franchise go. I seen bigger, yeah. Siobhan was in the ring to interview Callis and Omega, begging the question why Marvez was trying to get an interview in the parking lot, but he's pretty much there to pass the microphone. And looked mad about the whole thing. Don included how he taught Khan the lesson last week, orchestrated the biggest screw job since Montreal, even bigger given the AEW title was at stake, which the WWE title was at stake. But I'll give it to Don because at this point I'm pretty sure that old dudes do things like this intentionally. It makes people like me upset. I will not let you get my goat, Don. He talked about how this was a short-term plan, but something was in the years in the making, particularly since Kenny was a child, but the gears really started to turn with Omega Jericho Tokyo Dome match. It was according to Khan, the birth of AEW. That match created AEW. How can he steal something and he helped create a silent point. During Kenny's turn to speak, he talked about how great nepotism and how he didn't ask his friends and family on payday. I kind of like this AEW as a company where nepotism cropped in quickly, not freely. He played a role in two major championship programs. This one is more literal. Don Callis, a long-time family friend, not just getting a championship match. Pete is not getting friendly hired. He won the biggest game. And he waited a year doing it. He did it most successfully. Prize was getting there, but Don did not want to know what prize. So good night, goodbye, good night. All right. A couple of things. First, Impact appearance where it came out was hilarious. Best part of spent angles and Pat Chesner when Tony Khan chose Javon Barry the company even and it made a ton of sense. I mean, I feel like Kenny Omega's a little monkey's paw sorrow from Mass. In this space for a long time now, I've been enjoying every second future. was John Barnes. Chainsaw. I feel like what I got is a description to Wrestling Observer Newsletter podcast feed full of 60-year-old men. It's a real nightmare for me. A woman who's alive for old men have been maxed out with a debut called A Man Called Sting. All right, the main event. All right, the match ends with Myro interfering and MJF getting the pin. So here we go. All right, here's what I saw of the match. The match. MJF basically got a moment of exhaustion and elation after the match that beat him, but the focus on after the bell was on Myro, who's wrecked a ton of extras. One other thing he drew off stage, face first and avoid below, with Tony Schiavone screaming how Christmas is coming, those have had families. Myro put his foot on one of the faces, and this was for Dynamite. This was a great ending to Dynamite, so thank you for my AEW Dark Dynamite review. I'll see you next